So apparently The Flash is being compared to Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. Oh, good God. Don't know whether I want to believe this. The source of this is, of course, Variety. They got like a pretty extensive, article here. Box office predictions for 2023. Will Tom Cruise, Super Mario, and a bear on cocaine save movie theatres? Well, I can essentially confirm that Cocaine Bear will save movie theatres because I love the sound of that. So, to hell with everyone else. No, honestly, Cocaine Bear does sound amazing. It sounds like what a lot of people need right now, which is just a very refreshing break from the message. And a bit of dumb fun sounds great. And obviously it's Ray Liotta's final performance as well. But you didn't come here to talk about Cocaine Bear. You came to talk about Studio Insiders comparing. I know it sounds utterly ludicrous. But comparing The Flash to Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. So, we'll just sort of scroll down through some of this stuff. Because there's an interesting element here. They talk about Megan by Universal. Thrill factor. Megan being there. Yeah, but basically saying, the verdict, Megan the doll is an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Don't expect the modestly budgeted Megan to become a chart-topping blockbuster, but it's destined to be wildly profitable. I actually think a lot of people are underestimating Megan, quite frankly. Massively so, because there's a lot of buzz for Megan. A lot more than what people have given it credit for. Because I think that would do really well. But anyway, they start talking about safe bets. You got Mario being a safe bet. I actually don't think it's a given that it's a safe bet. I still think it will do very, very well. I think it will do great. Fast X being a safe bet. I don't know whether that is the case. I think people are a little bit sort of washed out from it all. And then again, question marks. They put Cocaine Bear as a question mark. The movie's about a bear that does cocaine. Yeah, exactly. Based on a true story. I think it's great. I don't think it's a question mark at all. I also don't think Dungeons and Dragons is a question mark. I think if that's actually a good film, I think it will hit it off massively. And again, scrolling through all this, you got Wonka. I think they actually underestimate Timothée Chalamet's wildly sort of popular status with women. And then biggest risks. So there was a point to going through all of this, by the way, just as an FYI, because it sets the stage to what we're about to say. So they start talking about biggest risks. Transformers Rise of the Beast. I don't think that's a big risk. I think that's going to be a massive slam dunk hit. Hugely, in fact, for Paramount. I don't think that's going to be remotely anywhere near a flop. I think that'll do very, very well. But again, it sets the stage for the stuff that we're going to hear now. So The Flash. Thrill factor. This is releasing June 16th, by the way, unless they delay it further. Thrill factor. Director Andy Muschietti is hot off the It movies. Is that really? We're hot off the It movies now, are we? I mean, Jesus. They were quite far away now. They're not close. Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are returning as Batman. Sure. I still don't think that's realistically enough to sell the movie, but, someone thinks so. And the plot hinges on time travel and multiverses. Two of the hottest things going in superhero storytelling. Yet also things which people are getting a little bit sick of as well. Because people realise it's a bit lazy. Studio Insiders. Haven't been this excited for Warner Brothers superhero movie since The Dark Knight. So a direct comparison to The Dark Knight there. Interesting. In fact, almost everything about The Flash points to a massive summer sensation. Almost. Chill factor. So, again, the background was really important on all the other stuff that they rate or don't rate. But the direct comparison is the excitement. And this is what I had personally heard about Warner Brothers. I had heard, not that it was being compared to The Dark Knight, but that they were incredibly excited for this. And that this is actually genuinely a good movie. And this is me being as unbiased as possible because I think Ezra Miller's a grooming son of a bitch. Right? Like, he's an absolute scumbag. But that is genuinely what I've heard, that it's a very good movie. And he even puts in a good performance, of all things. Which is why I guess it's such a shame that he is such a grooming douche. Starting the chill factor for this movie. Starting in 2020, The Flash star Ezra Miller has been an engine for disturbing headlines, including a video of the actor choking a woman outside a bar. arrests for harassment and assault. Again, yeah, arrest for harassment and assault. Not really good at all. And multiple allegations of abuse. I mean, he even appeared in court via video stream. In August, the actor issued a general apology to everyone that I've alarmed and upset with my past behaviour, faulting complex mental health issues and noting that they remain in ongoing treatment. That may have quelled the immediate storm, but to date, Miller's past behaviour is the only thing many people know about the actor. A terrible place to start for a studio that needs to sell its star as an aspirational superhero. Yeah, someone that's actually learning from their mistakes, believe it or not. That's what the movie's about. And actually being self-aware, which Ezra Miller is not. Verdict. The Flash was once intended to help launch DC into a new storytelling frontier. Now it's set to end it. The DC's new leadership preparing a reboot on top of the controversy surrounding Miller, Warner Brothers now has a precarious high-wire promotional campaign ahead of it to get audiences to stop paying attention to its star's past and focus instead on the movie they're leading. Look, don't compare this to The Dark Knight. I don't think it's going to be as good as... It's not going to be as good as The Dark Knight. Goodness sake, of course it's not. You can't replicate that buzz. You can't replicate that excitement. You can't replicate that movie in any way, shape or form. But the studio insiders are genuinely excited. It's tested very well. Very well. There were some issues. I remember the third act, there were some weird, dodgy effects, but some of that was a stand-in. There's some issues with Sasha Cal's Supergirl basically being, a bit of an arsehole. And, it's weird that they always have to butchify and uglify women. Just make them attractive. There's nothing wrong with a hot woman. What's wrong with you? So there were some issues, but on a whole, it tested great. People really, really loved it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. But yeah, comparing it directly to The Dark Knight, bit of a weird one. And we're still no closer to hearing what's going to happen with DC moving forwards. I mean, James Gunn said nothing at all. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But there you go. Let me know your thoughts down below. This Variety article is hilarious. Anyway, like I say, I don't think Rise of the Beast is a risk at all. I think there's so much buzz for this; it will do very well. I'm surprised that they're putting Wonka down under their question marks. I think Wonka's going to do great. Never underestimate, ladies and gents, the power of Twinkie-looking boys on women. Apparently, they love them. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Please do check out the second channel, where I chuck up the live streams Hcast. All the best bits and clips from them. You can find that link down below. But cheers, guys. Take care.